Hi there, everyone. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet.
And Jolie Gabrielle here from Elevated Planet, and we'd like to welcome you to today's show. And John is going to tell us more about it.
Yeah, we're leaning back into Mary Magdalene wisdom, this time with a little difference because we've covered a great deal of this over the last couple of months, maybe even longer. While we have been covering the Essenes, Mary Magdalene herself, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and that has been through the group of books that have been produced by Stuart Wilson and Joanna Prentice. Stuart Wilson being the channel for Alariel and many others, and Joanna Prentice being the regression hypnotist to take them through this. And she herself was also regressed back to being an Essene as well. So it was remarkable. And, it's provided us with so much information. And to be fair, you have to get your head around the fact that, through this kind of equivalent to the quantum healing hypnosis technique that Dolores Cannon used to do, that we can access ancient information from past times by by touching into the person who is there, actually there on scene. So rather than it being, a historic account of what we think might have happened, this is a person at that time explaining. Or in the case of Alariel, giving us the angelic perspective on what is going on and where, humanity is and where we need to step forward, and what the opportunities are. I think that's been fantastic. But one of the things I picked up from that book also, towards the end of the book, they spoke about there was a lady called Mercedes Kirkle who sent information to them in a copy of a book that she was just writing, where she was also channeling Mary Magdalene. And Stuart, as soon as he started reading it, recognized straight away that the way that the words were formed, the way that the information was formed, it was definitely Mary Magdalene. And so they channeled Alariel to ask the question, and Alariel confirmed, yes, there will be several people around the world who will be channeling Mary Magdalene, because this information that's coming through is, is information for now. It's not for information of 2,000 years ago when Mary Magdalene and Yeshua were on the planet working their miracles. This is actually information for us at this time of transition, this shift of the ages, and therefore, what a great opportunity to tap into this and share it as a community, because there is a lot of empowerment in this, and there's a lot of things that kind of turn things on their head, right? As to the way we're being conditioned and programmed is so out of line with our best interests. And this is where, Mary Magdalene's teachings really come to the fore. And this is another example of this. So, talking about pain and using pain. So, because when we have pain, if it's a physical pain, we'll just reach for the medications, and sometimes that can be the right thing to do. It's not to say that's wrong, but really, quite often you're just masking pain. You're trying to prevent it from, but pain is always a messenger, whether it's emotional or whether it's physical. So if there is a better way of handling it so that you're not just blocking it, because when you block it, it's just going to, what you resist persists. It's going to come back. So the better way is to allow the pain. But how do you do that? Because to me, this is not intuitive to understand these things, because it's not been the way I've thought about life, I've got to say. But listening to these things, I find it super empowering, because it does enable you to kind of have a different way of looking at these things. And it doesn't take long before the penny drops and you realize, well, actually, this is way more powerful. And, it's a great tool to have. So, Jolie, what do you think in terms of this particular show notes for this week?
I do believe that, they say that pain is necessary, but, and rather, you can get through it and onto the other side. I do believe Mary Magdalene and this speaking, to this generation or to this epoch, whatever you want to call it, of our time is prescient because we're moving into nurturing feminine energy. So, because of that, the struggle is no longer necessary for us to take hold of in order to move through. However, in this transition, we're going to see change. And sometimes change is seen as painful. We can see it all around us right now with what's going on with the weather, what's going on in the world, lots and lots of pain. But on a personal level, one of the ways we can move through this is by making sure we keep our own soul architecture together and we begin to open our heart as she spoke about in this. It's all about getting back in the body, being grounded, and I guess living from a heart-centered space. I'm even a victim of overthinking and being in the brain too much. And that's what is causing all of this chaos. Lots of brain activity, little heart activity. So, one of the tools that you can use to move through the pain is always to ground your energy and open up a portal in your body where you can move that pain out and you can fill up with more of that God expanded energy. So, you ground, you clean off your grounding cord, pull in your aura, higher self, all of that we do in the meditation. And you want to turn your pain a color and flush it down your grounding cord. And then John talks about this a lot as well. You want to sit in the energy of a wish fulfilled. You want to sit in the energy of you being successful, the opposite of whatever the pain is. And that is what that golden sun is there for. And you bring that down and you see yourself overcoming some of this pain, walking through it. Oftentimes, if we go to the in theta, you got to get to the bottom belief. And a lot of times people have a fear of death, right? That's the main one. However, there's more fears than that. You have financial fears. Go there. What is the worst that could happen to you? You visualize that, you see it, then you let it go and you bring in what it is that you want and how you want to live. And this way, you wind up expanding from a heart centered space. Why? Because you get neutral around the experiences or most of the time it doesn't really go the way the worst case scenario doesn't happen. It's rare, but in some cases it does. Nevertheless, getting neutral, opening up the heart and loving yourself, knowing that this too shall pass. Let me walk through this, feel it, every part of it, and then come out the other end in joy, in laughter, in unconditional love. It's a practice for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it does. It makes sense, and this idea of allowing yourself to go to that darkest place, which is
Yes.
kind of is plaguing you anyway. So you can
Yes.
try and suppress it, but it's still always going to be there. So it kind of makes sense to allow it to come to the foreground, so that you can experience it fully and then release it. Because then that deliberate act, I guess, is makes the difference, right?
Right. And then also too, you get it out. The artist way, Julia Cameron, you'll maybe some people will say, well, I do that and it keeps coming back. Then the secondary way to do it is to just in the morning, do your morning pages, write it out, dump everything out of that prefrontal cortex before you begin your meditation and your release of the pain and the energy of transition and change.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so how about we hit the button there and go and watch Mary for these next few minutes, and then we'll come back again for a brief discussion before we go to meditation. So if you bear with me a second, here we go.
Birthing your divine self. Beloved one, greetings again. I come to you in love to share the light and wonder of our Creator God. On this day, I ask you to open your heart. I ask you to open your mind. I ask you to open to life, I ask you to open to love, which is always God's love. And I ask you to open to light, which is always God's light. It is that simple. Your job is to open, and God will do the rest. Let your mind be focused on love and light. Let your heart be full of love and light. Let your actions be directed by love and light. It is that simple. When you have lost your connections with love and light, simply notice it. Notice that your mind is full of thoughts that occlude love and light, like clouds blocking the sun. Notice that your heart has become closed and your body has become tight. If you open your heart through feeling and open your body through relaxing, and if you clear your mind through breathing, you will notice that what's at the root of this occlusion is some form of pain, usually emotional pain. You are hurt or scared or sad. If you remain open in your heart and body and mind, you will be able to feel the pain. And in that openness, you can ask God to take the pain and to direct you. This is what is called surrender. Surrender is not about losing or being defeated. It's an act of reconnecting with God. You are surrendering once again to the beauty of light and love. You are surrendering your shutting off, tightening down, closing off from God. Why did you shut down, close off, tighten away from God? Because you were in pain, and you were afraid of the pain. This is the critical point, the crucial moment of choice. You can choose to contract away from your pain or to open to it. You see, you don't shut off just from pain. You shut off from pain, yes, but you also shut off from life and God. So you have a choice. You can shut off from pain and life and God, or you can open to pain and life and God. It's that simple. And if you choose to open to pain and life and God, you will likely be surprised. It won't be what you probably expect. You think that opening to pain will increase the pain, will overwhelm you, might even be so strong that you won't survive. Yet it's just the opposite. Opening to pain actually allows the pain to do its job. It's only when you close off from pain, tighten down upon it, that the pain becomes fixed, stuck. And this actually creates more pain. The tightening becomes fuel that adds to the pain. When you open to pain, it becomes diffuse, more watery. It's like the pain is unclothed, and you experience it more in its source form. Then pain becomes a medium of movement, an avenue or stream of feeling that carries you to God. This is the river of life, and it always carries you to God. Let go of swimming upstream, against the current. Go with the river of life, and let it carry you to God. This was the great breakthrough of the natural childbirth movement. It became understood that women had a choice in childbirth to relax and open to the experience, even in the midst of tremendous intensity and pain. And this transformed the event. Women didn't need anesthetic to remove the pain. They were able to flow with the intensity through relaxation and breathing. They allowed the birth to happen and supported it, rather than resisting it. And this not only allowed them to go through the event, but it also allowed the birth to happen naturally and organically. When you are in pain, you are in the process of giving birth to a new part of yourself. You can cooperate with the event and support it, just like a natural childbirth. By learning to open to your feelings, relax the body, and breathe to clear the mind, you will support this birth, this new part of yourself. And in so doing, you can allow yourself to surrender to God. Then what will be born is a new part of your God self. What a glorious event and cause for celebration. I am here to midwife you in the birthing of your God self. You are a wondrous being of light and love. Light and love are always available to you. Your pain simply informs you of when you have shut down upon it. Use that knowledge to support you in reopening to light and love. I am Mary Magdalene, and I love you most deeply.
So that is Mary Magdalene's use of pain as a way to transition and to grow. And I do find it very interesting because, this, the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And there's truth in that, right? Because I suppose anything that's pain, and I think particularly when I think of pain, I think about the emotional pain because that is part of the human journey. This is how we learn, we grow, and sometimes we have to struggle with things which might be relationship based or something else, which gives us a real challenge. And in many ways, I think particularly for men as well, we're told to suppress, and repress. And I think particularly British as well, particularly. So not you've got a double whammy there. Not only is it that's the man thing to do is just like repress and suppress, but in the UK it's that stiff upper lip and ignore it and it'll go away kind of thing. Whereas in reality, this is all about bringing it to the forefront. And as Jolie says, actually allowing yourself to fully embrace it and take the message that sits within it and allow the birthing process to bring out forward that new aspect of you, through the heart, through love, through life, through light, because we're all light. And that expansion process comes through. So, but rather than resisting it, allowing it to come through, allow ourselves to feel what we need to feel and to grow from that. And I find it really interesting. And it's not something that, and again, because again, programming and conditioning, particularly I think on the male side, I think the women, the right brainers, tend to show their emotions more regularly. And I think, again, speaking on behalf of the men out there, the left brainers, the it takes a little bit of concentration and thinking about, but allowing yourself, whenever you're going through things, do not fight it, don't suppress it, don't stop it, allow it, embrace it. And I remember hearing before, I can't remember who was saying this, but it's, you know, embrace your feelings and your fears or whatever as if you would a frightened child, and you just think about it. It's that inner child thing as well. Maybe Jola, you can explain a little bit more about that as well. But yeah, I find this really quite a powerful tool. And I think the more you kind of focus on this, the more, powerful it's going to become. And, just through thinking about this and getting it as again an established practice, then it can bring a really new aspect to life, which allows you to flow with that river, right? That natural river that we're no longer swimming upstream, because that's what we're doing when we're suppressing it and repressing it. We're swimming upstream, as Mary Magdalene has actually just said. I think this is when you're turning around and you're just flowing with the divine flow of the river. So, Jolie, can I bring you back in for your thoughts?
Yes. You spoke about the inner child, which I find to be a fascinating aspect of healing, because there's the inner child the one that you want to nurture and connect with. And there's also the outer child, which is one that we don't connect with a lot, and it deals with the ego. And oftentimes, when we're sabotaging ourselves, it's the outer child that is acting out. So, what does the outer child want? It wants to be guided by the higher self. It wants the ego to kind of take a back seat and for you to feel from the heart and work from that space. Now, the nurturing of the outer child comes in by the way you talk to yourself and by the experiences and the choices that you make. A lot of the times the inner child is connected to your intuition, very much so. And so when that starts to it's usually
Yeah.
your inner child telling you, hey, this is not the right choice, this is not the right way to go. And oftentimes we'll lead ourselves into pain by continuing to ignore our inner child, because the inner and the outer child are kind of, they work together, but the inner child is choices and decisions, and then the outer child is the reaction or the action taken from that choice and that decision. And oftentimes, because of our programming and conditioning, we will go down that road that the inner child is saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then the outer child is there to kind of protect us and reinforce, hey, you shouldn't have done this. And then now the consequences unfold. So by working with both the inner and the outer child, what we do is we integrate left brain, right brain, we integrate adult, child. It's so important for us to connect. We benefit. I don't want to make it sound like it's super important, but we benefit by working with these aspects of ourselves to become holistic. So do your research around that inner outer child and how you unpack that in your life. Oftentimes the outer child acts like a victim. It has questions and it wants to blame. So pull that back and work with your inner child. And it's about having those conversations with yourself. Now, excuse me, I've been a little sick. We've been programmed. I heard something the other day. Oh, you can talk to yourself, but just don't answer, because answering means you're crazy or insane. No, that is a program and condition that they want for you to disconnect from yourself. But it's very beneficial that we have these conversations with ourselves and these parts of ourselves so we get clear as to who we are and what we need, what we benefit from, the behaviors, the activities, the experiences, and the choices that we make that are beneficial for us and lead us to unspeakable beauty. We need all parts of us to come together for that. And it is definitely a journey and a practice, but the inner child is there to help you. So connect with that because it connects you to your intuition. And children are also very playful and they're very social and they're very courageous. So you can see why working with that inner child is a very spiritual and expansive thing. And the outer child is there to really kind of monitor or help the ego soothe, So if you, for instance, you're making a choice and you're having pressure. There's always pressure, societal pressure, familial pressure, some type of pressure. So you make the choice to do that instead of what your inner child told you. So the outer child is going to come up to protect you, but there is no point in time where you cannot pivot. So, for instance, you want to say something that's untrue. Correct yourself. Start correcting yourself in the moment. Hey, you know what? That is wrong. Let me say the right thing. So when you catch yourself, excuse me, just start catching yourself in these moments. That's all that it takes. Once you start catching yourself, correcting yourself, then all of a sudden you're on that track of just being and doing what is best for you. And it's truly a marvelous thing when you can work with all parts of yourself to create a life that is expansive, loving, and grounded, but most definitely neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of the things I do a lot every day now is like I kind of have a conversation with myself talking to my 50 trillion cells. This is a 50 trillion cells team, John Drew. We're all in this together, and speaking very kindly and sending the energy, and just being in gratitude to all aspects of who I am here in the physical. And that's just the physical, okay? And then there's obviously the energy bodies outside of that, the astral bodies, etc., etc., the soul architecture, which you kind of guide us through so well. But certainly, and I know this is something that you do now, but which Drumvalo Melchizedek said he'd built this relationship with his pineal gland. He
Hmm.
actually has a conversation, and he speaks to it, and it speaks back to him, and it's like this two-way conversation he has. And I know you've been tapping into that as well.
Yes, yes. It's very liberating, and it really speaks to being free when you start to answer and deal with all parts of yourself. Because what you do is like recognizing, sometimes shining a spotlight on something heals it. If it's revealed, if it's exposed, now the healing begins. And that's what's important about these parts of you. Like the inner child most likely is traumatized if it wasn't by the parents, school, something. But now it's yours to heal. It's not about, oh, I'm going to blame and it's the school. It's just, yeah, maybe, but it's yours now. So you've got to be the one to do something with it. And so working with these pieces and parts allows for more serenity and allows for more liberation. It's just that it can be scary because we've never really opened ourselves up to this because we've been taught, go to God. But, God is here. God is in the heart. God is in the body. And that's where we begin. So don't outsource your healing to something or someone else that may or may not exist, right? I mean, I do believe there is a divine creator, but in some cases, some people are like, there's a logical problem of evil here. Does the creator really exist? If he's omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, then why is there wars and all these, So there's things to work out with that within you. So what that means is you are the answer. You've got to answer these questions for yourself. Can't look outside for that because that's what trips us up. So the work is internal. What is the work, you ask? To get as neutral as possible emotionally and to lead yourself into unconditional loving, opening up your heart and accepting that there is going to be evil in the world, darkness, so that we can see light. But not all darkness is evil and not all light is good, right? So, really working out that polarity within is how we begin to really liberate ourselves and reach for that sovereignty.
I love that. I love that. Some deep wisdom right there, Jolie. Yeah, I think no, it is. I think it's super empowering, and so thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm wondering, is it that time now that we go to
Yes,
meditation? Okay.
yes.
All right. Thank you, Jolie. Well, this is
Mhm.
what we're going to do this time because we have obviously this is a premiere, not the usual live. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to go straight into Jolie's guided meditation, and we are going to allow that to finish the show. So a bit like we do with our Pam Gregory Thursday meditations, it just enables you to drift off on your own little meditative cloud, and that's, I think, has its own blessing as well. So that's what we're going to do. This is going to be the wisdom of today encapsulated within this by Jolie. So thank you again, Jolie. And thank you to everybody who tunes in. And we're going to be back again in a week's time doing another premiere while I am over in Cyprus. And then we will be back again live and in person on that following week, which I think will be the 13th of September. But anyway, meanwhile, we'll still be doing the Thursday Pan meditations. Will be coming out also as premieres. And so, it would be lovely to have you there with us. So, anyway, thank you very much, everybody who has been here today. And now we are going to switch to the meditation. So, bear with me a second. We are going to switch screens and we will see you in a few days' time. Thank you.
Put your feet flat on the floor, your palms face up on your thighs. Visualize a grounding cord 6 inches in diameter connected to your first chakra, moving its way through Mother Earth and her layers of nurturing, loving energy. As you root yourself in her core, Mother Ocean, Mama Earth, Gaia, have so much gratitude for all that she has done and provided for mankind and beyond. Take a moment and just sit in gratitude for Mother Earth and sit in her unconditional love and nurturing energy. You are made up of, we are all made up of the very best that Mother Ocean, Mama Earth has to offer. Feel that energy and that love come up, and those golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles blanketing the inside and the outside of your grounding cord, cleaning off anything that no longer serves you, anything you're ready to let go of and release. And know that Mother Earth guides you, loves you, and is definitely here for you. Because when we let go and we surrender the pain, we're going to send it to her. And she takes it and recycles it into positive, creative life force energy. So a way to move through the pain, once it liquefies, is to send it down your grounding cord and into Mother Earth. She can handle it and turn it into something better. So take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, visualize calling back your higher self, and it's standing at the power position above your, a comfortable distance above your crown. Pull your aura in to be 1.5 feet around you, and call your astral body back into your physical body. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, allow for your astral body to download all of the information it received while you were sleeping. And now we're going to run 15% earth energy by visualizing our feet opening like the lens of a camera and calling in Mama Ocean, Mother Earth energy of a color that resonates with you. One that represents letting go, surrendering, and new beginnings. Allow for this essence to pool in the bottoms of your feet and travel up the side channels of your legs, while your crown opens like the lens of a camera, and 85% cosmic gold life force energy comes cascading down, raining down on your higher self, moving into your crown. And this essence this time is going to meet in the heart chakra. The earth energy moves all the way up into your heart, and that divine life force energy moving down from your crown, and they meet in the heart. So breathe with the rhythm of your body and allow for this essence to move throughout every organ and every cell in your body as you breathe with its rhythm, and you allow for the loving and positive energy of Mother Earth and the divine golden cosmic life force energy to infiltrate and take up space in every atom that makes up you, from the tip of your grounding cord all the way to the top of your higher self. This essence begins to clean you out, Release all that no longer serves and fortify wellness and health into your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual body. Breathe with the rhythm of your body as this essence, the integration of Mother Earth and divine cosmic life force energy, golden, come together at the heart and fill you up, every cell of your body, your aura layer, your higher self, your astral body, your grounding cord is just bubbling with this essence of wellness, of health, and resilience. Because now, as this essence moves throughout our bodies, we're going to surrender the pain by first recognizing it. What is the pain you're experiencing? If it's physical, go to that part of your body and spend some time speaking health and wellness into that part of you as this essence of Mother Earth and cosmic divine life force energy, gold, move throughout every cell of your body, teaching you that you can move through this pain. You can do hard things. As those neurotransmitters and synapses begin to connect and fire towards your most loving and highest good. Are you experiencing any emotional pain, depression, and anxiety? Where do you feel this at in your body? Wherever you feel that, visit it. Is it in the heart, in the back of the head, the neck, the arms, wherever? Visit that and tell it, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And surrender that emotional pain to the Creator, but honor it and say to it, I see you. I hear you. But guess what? It's time to go. You no longer serve me. What serves me is your opposite: health, well-being, laughter, joy, movement, connectivity. So move through that pain emotionally. Feel it, the loss, the grief. It's okay. It's all a part of the human experience. But let's make the choice to honor it and to face it so that we can diffuse it, turn it a color, and move it out of our body, down our grounding cord, all the way down, all the way down. Watch it move all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. And those golden rose shaped scrubbing bubbles blanketing the inside and the outside, double protection. All that liquefied pain does is all it can do is move into Mother Earth. So as you breathe with the rhythm of the body, knowing that earth energy and cosmic divine life force energy filling you up and sprouting out of your feet, hands, and crown chakras, filling up your aura layer, supporting you, moving through this pain. And so now place a golden moon above your head. And in this moon, you're going to put a high-powered magnet with your name on it, calling all of your energy back. As you open your brow chakra like the lens of a camera and place 2 roses 5 feet to the right and to the left outside your aura layer. And for the mental pain that we are experiencing, the doubt, the worry, the fear, and all of the programmed mind parasites, we're going to go ahead and surrender this pain to the Creator as we watch all of the people and the places and the things move outside of us and into that rose outside the aura as the waves of quantum energy get called back into that golden sun above our head. So take a moment and clean out the center of your head of all the mental pain. Surrender it to the divine. Say, Mother, Father, God, take this from me. Be specific. Take the pain of overthinking, procrastination. Take the fear of being seen, of being rejected, of being resented, of being regret, having regret. Move it out. Move it out of your heart. Move it out of your mind. Your heart opens and cleans itself out. It cleans itself out, moving out all heartbreak, disease, illness, hatred, lack of compassion, unforgiveness. Clean it out of your heart. Clean it out of your mind. The jealousy and the envy and the pain that that's created for you, for us. Move through it. Let it go. Knowing that if one human can do it, you can too. And that person paved the way for you and for those that come behind you. They are a blessing to remind you of what's possible. And for you to remember who you are. For us to remember who we are. So clean out all of the mental detritus, the emotional detritus. Those roses are there to take it as your energy from these experiences, this life and past lives, comes back into that golden moon above your head and higher self. Look at this beautiful symphony that's being created with Mother Earth energy, cosmic gold life force moving through your body as you're grounded, the astral body, giving you all that positive information, higher self above you, guiding you, and your aura layer, creating so much character, integrity, your personality, as well as being able to protect you. And all of this is what keeps you safe. And it's okay to surrender. Surrender the pain. And now, spiritually surrender. If there's any pain, any dogmas and traditions that have traumatized you, let them go. Man's interpretation of God began from a place of keeping us safe, civilized, and connected. And maybe somewhere along the way, it got corrupted, but remove that corruption out of you. Because the Creator is unconditional love, unspeakable beauty, and everything that is contained within that. It is positive and loving. So any painful memories of God, the divine, or even coming from a heart-centered space, turn it a color, yellow, and move it out of your body. Allow for that earth energy and that cosmic gold life force energy to move that out of the body. Remember, you can also use your hands and move it out into those roses outside your aura layer. As that moon is still filling up with your energy, as you surrender your physical pain, your emotional pain, your mental pain, and your spiritual pain to the Creator, and whatever is being held in your body and your aura layer, you turn it a color and you move it down your grounding cord. So take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, I want you to give those roses outside your aura a push, blow them up, turn them into positive creative life force energy for anyone to use. And see your higher self reach up and take that golden moon and bring it down through itself, down, 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 and in the space between its feet and your crown. This golden moon breaks into trillions of pieces, little cells merging with every atom and every cell in your body, bringing in so much unconditional love and unspeakable beauty, your energy mixing in with the earth energy and the cosmic gold life force energy, filling up and fortifying every atom in your body and beyond. And from this heart-centered space of Mother Earth's love, the divine Creator's love, we're going to sit in the energy of a wish fulfilled, your dreams unpacking and unfolding themselves. Because the pain is no longer with you. The pain has been moved out. And what's left is this expansiveness, this room that you get to fill up with all the positive energy, the dreams and the goals in your life. So you move through that pain and come out the other side with so much knowledge and wisdom and purity and creativity. So while this earth energy and this cosmic gold life force energy mixes in with all the energy of yours you called back, and this essence sprouts out of your feet, hands, and crown chakras, filling up your aura layer, see in your mind's eye your dreams unfolding before you. It is safe for you to be in a loving and fulfilling relationship with yourself and your partner. It is safe for you to live in a state of abundance and prosperity, as it is your birthright. So see what that looks like and feels like for you to be prosperous and abundant, so much so you add so much value to your life and the lives of others. Are you having any physical pain? Know that it has now moved through your body down into Mother Earth. And there's so much healing and wellness moving throughout your body. And that spiritual attack that you may have been under is resolved and dissolved itself. And now your connection to the higher self, Mother Earth, mankind, and beyond is filled with purity with love, with joy, with acceptance, forgiveness, and compassion. You are the answer. You are who you are looking for. Honor your pain. It has been released. It is gone. It has become something better. And as you open up the space within and know that you are worthy to live a life that you dream about. And remember, whatever your fellow man has done, you are capable of as well. So sit in this energy of a wish fulfilled and see yourself grounded and rooted in a life that is fulfilling, that brings you so much joy, so much laughter, and so much connectivity. So now, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, visualize your feet, your hands, your heart, your brow, and your crown chakra closing like the lens of a camera. Take another deep breath in with the knowingness that you are worthy and deserving of a life of unspeakable beauty. And on the exhale, you can open your eyes.